Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on this month's webinar with Textdrip. This month, we're going to be talking about compliance and the 10DLC registration process, what that looks like, what some requirements are, and just the bare bones information on how to get started, okay? So to dive in, here's what we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering what 10DLC is, what EIN registration is, why EIN registration is required, what phone number provisioning looks like, the requirements to get all of this done, and then the sources for those requirements, which are the TCPA and the CTIA. So to kick us off, what is 10DLC? All 10DLC stands for is a 10-digit long code. It's a type of phone number specifically used for business SMS. They traditionally have a larger throughput as well as higher deliverability rate than traditional long codes. EIN registration is the process of providing your EIN to mobile carriers and campaign registries as part of 10DLC compliance. It's just a way to identify that you're a legitimate business within the United States conducting marketing or messaging through SMS networks. Why do I have to register my EIN? I get this question a lot, and it is required by law of the TCPA to verify that your business is legitimate, which gains authorization for you to send commercial messages across carrier networks. That process looks something like this. So step one is just on your end, essentially gathering all of your business information. This includes things like your legal business name, the address, the website URL, the EIN itself. You'll select the business type as well as what industry that business falls in. You provide your authorized user's contact information as well as the region of operation, which in most cases will be the United States. Step two is the actual beginning of the submission process. You submit a brand and the details are submitted directly to the campaign registry. The campaign registry functions as a sort of database for mobile carriers to review all messaging and phone numbers associated with your specific business. Once that's approved, you'll receive your brand ID, which is then used to start registering specific campaigns. Now, a campaign represents a type of messaging. Some examples are either marketing or appointment reminders. You include details about the messaging, like the number of messages per day, along with some sample messages with opt-out instructions. This is essentially a way for you to show carriers and the TCR what type of messaging you'll be sending and in what kinds of volume. And then the last step is just getting some phone numbers attached. So once your brand and campaign have been approved, you'll be able to begin linking 10DLC numbers directly to the campaign. These can be new or existing phone numbers. And something important to remember is that each of the numbers is associated to a specific campaign. Okay? Now, phone number provisioning is just the linking of 10DLC numbers to your campaign and the registration to the campaign registry. Again, the campaign registry tracks all active numbers associated with your account, as well as any numbers that were previously connected but later removed. So it's a full history of what traffic has been sent, what replies have been gotten, your deliveries. All of that information can be reviewed by carriers through the campaign registry. The requirements. We kind of already covered all of them. So the businesses must register their brand and campaigns with the campaign registry. You have to provide a valid EIN, and you must follow both opt-in and opt-out rules when messaging. These requirements and this whole process kind of comes from the TCPA, which is the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. It's a federal law that governs how businesses can send and automate calls and texts to consumers. And it sets some pretty strict rules around consent, opt-ins, and message content with the goal of protecting consumer privacy. Now, the CTIA, or the Cellular Telecommunications Industry Association, is a wireless industry trade organization that provides what many consider to be the best practices and guidelines for SMS messaging. Their standards help ensure messages are delivered responsibly and legally, promoting trust between business and consumers. Now, if you're at all curious about what kinds of content your message can, should, or should not contain, I would highly recommend visiting the CTIA's website and reviewing their best practices. They have tons of helpful resources. Now, together, the TCPA and the CTIA's compliance are essential foundations for any SMS campaign looking to avoid legal risks and maintain good standings with the carriers. That's all. It's a pretty simple process and straightforward once you get the ball rolling. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen in. If you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to outreach@textdrip.com. Thanks again.